Hello, everyone. Welcome to another installment of the Thoughts on Education interview series. Today, I'm extremely delighted to welcome Professor Santhosh Mathew. He's a professor and associate dean at Saintgits College of Engineering, and he's agreed so graciously to take time out of his busy day to spend some time with us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, before we start, I just want to give the viewers a brief background on your career. Dr. Santhosh Mathew is an academician, researcher, and administrator. He is currently an associate dean of Saintgits Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. He completed his postdoctoral research at the University of Texas in Austin, USA. He served as the founding principal of Providence College of Engineering prior to his current role. Dr. Mathew is a senior member of the IEEE and has more than 25 years of experience in the engineering, education, and industry. After completion of his degree in electronics and communication in 1991, he started his career in industry as a firmware engineer. He later took his postgraduate engineering degree in computer science from BITS Pilani in 1995 and later started his career in academia. He further pursued research work in computer science and engineering-related fields and was awarded PhD by Diana University in Chennai, India. He has published many research articles in international journals. His current research interests are in the use of machine learning, deep learning techniques in image processing and other areas. Dr. Mathew has networked well with researchers across the globe, resulting in a fruitful collaboration with reputed national and international organizations during his illustrious career. We are very pleased to have you here with us today, sir, and addressing the students on behalf of Saintgits. So thank you again.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to join you for this interaction.
All right. Sir, as mentioned in the intro, you currently head the Saintgits Institute of Artificial Sciences and Machine Learning, which is, I understand, a new initiative of the Saintgits group of institutions. And I was hoping we can kick off this interview with you speaking a bit about it, sir.
Yes. Right now, Saintgits is focusing on some of the thrust areas where the world is changing because of these technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, deep learning, and also blockchain technologies. So we have two active research groups that are working on machine learning and deep learning, as well as blockchain. So I'm heading this initiative of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And so right now we have just started and we are wanting to popularize the machine learning and deep learning concept and the applications, and we are encouraging our students to do projects, and we are also applying for research funds, taking up projects from other organizations, collaborating with other universities, other organizations in order to apply machine learning and deep learning concepts for solving problems that are faced by industry, healthcare industry, and so many other fields. So right now, artificial intelligence and machine learning is changing the world, the way we live, the way we move, everything. So you go to so there are stores in the US. You walk into a store, you don't have to take your wallet with you. So you just don't need to have your mobile phone. You can just pick anything from the store and just walk out. The cameras will be monitoring you. The cameras will calculate whatever is based on whatever item you have taken. It will identify, and then automatically the amount will be calculated and it will be deducted from your bank account. The only thing is that you need to have that's it. So whether it is in the financial sector, in or in healthcare, in everywhere. So machine learning and deep learning is making a rapid change. The autonomous cars that we see, and in the healthcare industry also. So one of our projects, our students are trying to develop a mobile application to assist the doctors in helping them diagnose skin cancer. Yeah, there are different applications that are available. There are different people who have already worked on it. some who are working on it. So we are trying to build a better application. So through machine learning and deep learning. Yes.
Yeah, so that thank you for sharing that information. I think this is actually, with the current times, it's actually a prerequisite for any engineering graduate to have, especially an engineering graduate in computer science, to have known of these technologies, because these are the technologies that are currently shaping the world we live in. And to not know of that would be, would just not do so with justice to the education system. So thank you for sharing that perspective and that information. I believe will be widely useful for prospective students who are looking at a career in computer science and more specifically in machine learning. Sir, as you know, the Saintgits.
Yeah. So maybe.
Sorry, sir. Just go on.
Yeah. Just in passing, though, you did not ask about that. So we are also making rapid strides in the blockchain area. So there is a research group and active student volunteers are working on it. Mm-hmm. And so our institution, Saintgits College of Engineering, we have become an associate member of Hyperledger and Linux Foundation. So we are the first college from India to be a member of this Hyperledger and Linux Foundation. And there are only 19 such associate members from across the globe. And so our research initiatives in the frontier areas are reaping rich dividends. And the students are, one of our students, Robin Thomas. Mm-hmm. So he, during his these days that he got during this COVID, when he didn't have to come to the college, he was actively pursuing such collaborations and interaction with the blockchain team. And he is, right now, he's part of the IEEE governance of the blockchain IEEE governance team. He's become the part of the team, and he's deputy to the vice chair. Yeah. So that's kind of initiatives our students and our faculty members are doing. There are some faculty members, Dr. Jubilant is heading that initiative. Yes.
Absolutely. Sir, and I applaud yourself, the team, and Robin on that achievement. And it's quite an applaudable effort that you're making towards making sure the students acquire these necessary skills. Sir, are there corporate partnerships in terms of do you do research with other institutions or collaborate with corporate partners during this research?
Yeah, so as I just mentioned, as you had also mentioned, I was with the University of Texas, Austin for the last fall. And we have a collaboration with a professor there, and we are trying to further make some progress on those collaborations. We are also pursuing some collaboration with Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute of Medical Sciences and Technology in Trivandrum. So that is a center of excellence which is recognized by the government of India. So where they are making biomedical equipments and doing a lot of research in the biomedical area. So there are some researchers with whom we are trying to collaborate to use machine learning and artificial intelligence in some of their research works.
Absolutely. And healthcare is quite an important application of such new cutting-edge technologies. Speaking of healthcare, sir, I understand that COVID-19 pandemic has drastically changed the world we live in, and it has had massive effects on all levels of the industry, including and especially the education sector. So, in your opinion, sir, what are some of the impacts that has faced the higher education industry as a whole? And what do you see is the future on how to get past that?
Yeah, so COVID-19 is, as you rightly pointed out, it has made a lot of difference in the way the teaching learning process is taking place. So we used to have think about online education and all that earlier. There were some online courses and all which students and faculty members used to pursue on and off when they get some free time. Yeah. But right now, it has become the primary mode of learning, the primary mode of teaching. And so even our college at Saintgits, So we have been all through during this pandemic, we have been delivering the content through online mode. So we were tried various tools, uh, Google Meet and Zoom and Google Classroom and Google Canvas. So we were using Microsoft Teams. So our faculty members, they themselves now have been exposed to so many of these tools, and they try to use some of the best tools that they feel are useful and which the students are also comfortable with for delivering the content. And the students also have learned to learn on their own and learn by taking courses online. So at this particular time, I think we should be thankful to the Coursera team. So Andrew Eneg and I think he was the founder of one of the founders of Coursera. So they opened up their courses. So more than 5,000 courses, I think 4,500 or 5,000 courses there. It was opened up to the student community across the globe and from our own institution. So we were also a partner with Coursera during this time, and even now we are running Coursera courses at our campus. So many of our students, they took many online courses and many specializations. And so along with Coursera, students also were exposed to other online platforms like platforms which industry to value, like Udacity, Udemy, etc. And they realized that taking a nano degree or taking a nano degree from Udacity or taking a specialization through Coursera, that helps them to really get a good grasp of the subject, and the industry too value and respect the students who learn through online. So all these exposure for the students and the faculty members have brought in a sea change. And right now, when we are starting our first year classes, we are thinking of following a hybrid mode. So where students will be coming here and attending the regular classes and interacting directly with the faculty members for a few days. And then there will be other contents which we ourselves will develop, and maybe we'll call them as Saintgits open online courses. Absolutely. And we'll deliver them. And we'll also make use of the courses that are available with Coursera, NPTEL, and other channels. And then, so that will be a good way where our students who are sitting here in India, they get an exposure to the best education in the world. Absolutely. And so when I say they are learning through Coursera, they are learning from the professors of Stanford or Harvard or MIT. And so our youngsters will grow up to be the best in the world. And I think the whole, though it's been tragic and so many lives have been affected, but in one sense, I think every tough situation has brought out something good after that. Every pressure brings out something good through the pressure. And so I think definitely this COVID also will bring a positive change, I believe, in the way students learn and the courses are delivered in the universities.
Absolutely, sir. And I agree with you 100% on that. Especially in terms of the open courses that Stanford and even Harvard has published online. It's quite entertaining. Even I sometimes when I do get some time to look at that. And if Saintgits can do their own version of the open courses, I think that'll be something that hasn't been seen from most Indian educational institutions. So that'll be great. And to add to your point, sir, I understand that online learning has increased accessibility. People who prior did not have access to the best source of information can now get it, right? But at the same time, yes, absolutely. One of the biggest factors, the benefits of joining an institution is also peer learning, right? You don't learn just from your faculty, you also learn from the students around you. So now I feel like with online learning, that is an area of challenge, I feel like, that we have to solve. Because peer learning has drastically been impacted. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's true. So always, I'm not saying that online education can replace classroom teaching. So we definitely need buildings and classrooms and one-to-one interaction.
Mhm.
So the student also need to interact with the teacher. It is not just online. So they need to be mentored. They
Mhm.
need to see. They need to be guided. They need to see by example, and they need to be hand-holded, mentored. So all these things are required from the teacher-student relationship, and also, as you rightly pointed out, the peer relationship also working together, doing a project together, and interacting, and then having some fun together. So all that is part of growing to maturity.
Mhm.
So through your failures and through your successes, and you see people along with you, you hang around with them and learn from them. So that's yeah. But now, see, even online learning also. So they are making some progress in those areas as well.
Mhm.
So, for example, sometimes you have rooms where you can students can interact, discussion rooms, and all that. So many of these online learning platforms are creating such ambience, and so peer evaluation, discussion, group projects are also being integrated along with online learning as well. But definitely, one-on-one interaction and talking and discussion, that is something which is very important for a human being to develop and progress.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your perspective on that. I agree with a lot of what you said, 100%. Sir, now I just want to ask you, what do you think should be Saintgits' priority over the next 10 years? Because as we all know, Saintgits is one of the top institutions in Kerala right now. And in the 10-year horizon, what is the top priority? Maybe one or two, if you can, out of the top of your head, if you can let us know.
Yeah, Saintgits, we started in 2002, and uh, our journey, I think we were able to uh, grow and come thus far because we had a strong vision. So we had some visionary leaders. See, one of our executive chairman, Engineer Kunus George, he's an engineer by profession,
Mhm.
and he has been behind everything with a clear vision and a clear focus. He himself had some education at Stanford, so he has got international exposure, and he has studied the Indian education so well that he really knows the future and how we should prepare for the future.
Mhm.
And that is how we have come thus far. In 2020, we have become an autonomous self-financing college in Kerala. So there are only 3 such self-financing engineering colleges in Kerala,
Mhm.
and we are the only one autonomous engineering college in Kerala with 7 accreditations.
I see.
Okay, so we 7 of our courses have been accredited, and we are autonomous as well. So this growth and this journey, this approval by the authorities, for example, UGC autonomy is granted by UGC, and there is a board who is supervising and monitoring all these activities. Though the Kerala Technological University is the degree awarding authority, we have the freedom to set the syllabus, and we can incorporate the latest trends, what industry needs. Everything can be included in our syllabus, and we can rapidly change our syllabus. So many times the university setup has this problem. So what the students is learning is not relevant to when they pass out after 4 years, or after a few years, it becomes irrelevant, obsolete.
Mhm.
And so we right now our first batch, the student 2020 admission is the first batch, and they are learning all these technologies. All these latest trends and developments are incorporated into their syllabus, and they also have opportunities to specialize in some particular area. So we have designed this curriculum in such a way that there are minor baskets, honors opportunity. They can do an honors program by specializing in some area. They can take a minor in some other area. You can study computer science and take a minor in robotics and automation. And so in your degree itself, it will be awarded that way. So with a BTech in computer science with a minor in robotics and automation. So I think we have a right platform during these 20 years to almost nearly 2 decades. We have come up thus far. We have a good platform right now to take off further. And in the next 10 years, I think we'll be focusing more on collaborating with industries. And so we already have some collaboration with industries, which I didn't mention earlier, with NVIDIA and a few other companies. We have some collaboration, but we want to take it further. So where we'll have industrial labs in our campus, different labs, and we'll have active interaction with industry. So where we'll be able to take up projects from the industry. Our students will be able to intern with the industry. Our faculty members will be going there on sabbatical. And we, as together, the faculty members and students will be able to do some projects, and we'll be able to take up R&D projects together. So all this, an active collaboration with industry is something which we will be actively focusing in the next decade. And also we need to go much further in the research area, research and publications and patents. So there is a lot of things happening right now itself, but now with all this academic autonomy and other platforms right now set, so now we will have to collaborate not just with industry, we'll have to collaborate with other research organizations and universities, the reputed universities in India and abroad, and collaborate with professors there in some of the areas where we have our strength. So we already have a very good research R&D team here. Our research R&D is headed by Dr. M.D. Matthews. He's a renowned scientist, and so he has been actually taking a lot of initiative for these collaborations, for getting funded projects. And it was last week, he was also recognized as one of the best scientists in the world. He was among the 2%, the best 2% scientists in the world. So that was announced by a study by Stanford. So we have such eminent people who are heading our research, and we hope that our research and development also will see great innovations and patents and high impact publications, and that too, which will be of use to the humanity, and disruptive innovation. So we look forward to that as well.
So certainly, sir. And with the team you've mentioned and the leadership that Saintgits has, I am without a shadow of a doubt in my mind certain that you will reach these goals that you've set for yourselves. And I applaud your efforts towards that goal. So thank you for sharing that perspective, sir. Sir, as we are nearing the end of the interview, I just wanted to ask you this one last question. So as you know, a lot of the students who are going to watch this, hopefully, will be students who are currently in the crossroads in their life right now. Probably right after school, they want to figure out what is the next step, what is the best thing to do for their career. So to that demographic of students who are trying to figure things out, what are the suggestions or advice that you would like to give these aspiring students?
Yeah, so to the young people, I would like to tell them that first of all, they should not be dismayed. They should not be discouraged by the pandemic and the word corona and COVID and all that. They've been kind of intimidated, and they've been sitting in their homes for the past so many months. And sometimes this depressing situation around, they can feel that they don't have a bright future. But so I think this particular batch who are joining their higher education in 2020, so they have gone through a lot of trauma during the past 7-8 months.
Mm-hmm.
So there are tough situations in life, and it will pass. It will pass away, and we need to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are challenges, and every challenge also brings an opportunity.
Okay.
And I would like to encourage the students to have such a positive outlook, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and then realize that there are tremendous opportunities for them in India and abroad. So in India itself, so there is a lot of developments that are taking place in so many of these cutting edge technologies. So be it machine learning or deep learning or blockchain or cyber security. If they are aspiring in the computer science stream, I'm talking primarily because I'm from the computer science stream.
Absolutely.
Or there are, you may be an electrical person, so there is a lot of change that are happening with electrical vehicles that are coming, alternate energy, in every sector, robotics and automation, every sector. So some of the emerging technologies are also being applied in many other branches. So machine learning and deep learning are applied in various other branches as well. And so talented engineers or talented students, maybe you are studying engineering or you may be studying some other course, but students who are willing to learn, who are willing to work hard, they have a bright future, and there are a lot of opportunities for them. And with this, I would also like to just mention to them that many times, many of the students do not reach such levels aspired by their parents or which they themselves had some aspirations earlier because of many distractions. So many times, see, you ask a young man when he says, yes, I want to be someone great, but actually because of the social media and because of so many other distractions, these students actually they lose focus.
Absolutely.
Okay, they get distracted, they lose focus. So many times we end up becoming users of technology. Okay, so young people are active on Facebook. So they use Facebook, they use WhatsApp. So the other day when I think our government stopped some of the Chinese applications, mobile applications, so I saw some group of youngsters protesting on the road because PUBG was stopped. So they use PUBG and so many other applications, and they are addicted to so many of these applications. But they don't realize that what is important is not using these applications. What is important is, if you can develop an application, if you can make such applications, if you can be a creator of these applications instead of a consumer of this application, that will make a difference. So you need to have this perspective in your mind that I'm not going to be a slave. I'm not going to be just a user, a consumer. I want to be a creator. I want to do something that will be of use to the society, for others. I want to, maybe it's an application, it should be something else that will have an impact on others. And if that mindset is there in the youngsters, I think they will definitely succeed because they have a goal, they have a purpose, they want to do something, and then they will find time. They will be able to overcome their distractions. And I used to tell some of my students that you keep using Facebook and WhatsApp, and so Mark Zuckerberg and his team, they will become richer and richer, they'll make more money, and your productive time you will be losing, and you will become poorer and poorer. So once they realize, I think there will be a change.
Absolutely. I cannot agree with you more on that. And I think a lot of what you said will absolutely resonate with the student community that listens to this, because I think it's really relatable, right? And thank you for sharing that advice, our suggestion. And so that brings us to the end of this wonderful session, this wonderful discussion that I had with you. It was truly informative, and I personally myself have taken a lot from that. So thank you, Sal. And I know you have a busy day, so you setting time aside for us, it means a lot. So on behalf of myself and for Team Collegedunia, I want to thank you profusely for having this sit down with us. And we hope the best for you and Saintgits College of Engineering. All the best in the future years and decades to come, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Tejas. I too very much appreciate the initiative taken by you, and I too enjoyed this session with you. Thank you.
That is very good to hear, sir. Perfect. Have a great day, sir.
Have a good day.